everybody. I'm Jesse Weber, and welcome back to Law and Crime Now. We have a big show for you. We're going to be focusing on the Dan Markel murder case as well as the Scott Nelson trial. I'm going to have with me executive trial producer Cathy Russin, who's been in those chat rooms, hearing your questions, hearing your comments, and she's going to be here talking with our guest today about your questions. So let's get right into it. I want to start right now with Dan Markel, that FSU law professor who was gunned down in his garage in 2014. Two people are currently in prison over this. Luis Rivera, the state's star witness, he's currently in prison on second-degree murder charges. He testified against Sigfredo Garcia, who was convicted of first-degree murder, sentenced to life in prison. And then we have Katherine Magbanua. Now, she is believed to be the one, or accused to be the one, who organized this killing. And really what's interesting about her case, which we covered along with Garcia's, she was not only tried, but it was a hung jury. Now, her retrial was supposed to happen in April, but clearly with COVID-19 going on, that was pushed back. This is actually a fascinating case, and we have with us Magbanua's attorneys, who we're going to bring on in a little bit. But before we do that, let's just take a step back and try to understand the motive here. It's alleged that this was a murder for hire organized by Dan Markel's ex-wife's family, the Adelsons. Well, let's go back to when Magbanua took the stand in her own defense, and she was asked if it made sense that Sigfredo Garcia, her on-again, off-again boyfriend, would have done a favor for Charlie Adelson. Take a look.
Would you agree with me that those two instances are an accurate reflection of my client's feelings on Charlie Adelson?
Yes, sir.
Didn't like him?
At all.
Didn't like the fact that you were in a relationship with him?
Yes,
correct?
Sir. Yeah.
You'll agree with me that Mr. Adelson knew who my client was, correct?
Yes, sir.
And that's evidenced by the fact that there's been a text message correspondence that your own attorneys have shown where you ask Mr. Adelson if my client is called, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you did this because you were concerned about my client maybe hurting Charlie Adelson?
Yes, sir.
Or, I guess at the minimum, cussing him out or saying certain ugly things to him. Would that be fair?
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Adelson in the text message says something about he wants to take me deep sea fishing, correct?
Yes, sir.
That doesn't mean that they were going to go on a friendly fishing trip together, right?
No.
All right, so let's get some answers right now. I want to bring on Catherine Magbanua's attorneys, Tara Kawass and Chris Decoste. It's great to have you both here. Tara, I want to start with you. What is the status of this retrial? Obviously, COVID-19 threw a wrench in everyone's plans.
Well, right now we are just waiting like everyone else because we don't know how it is that they're going to be able to conduct trials and how fast they're going to be able to do that and hold, jury trials. And that's what we are waiting on. So the next court date that we have, I believe, is in June. And that is going to be, we're going to address, I guess, scheduling a feasible trial date. But if the Florida Supreme Court extends the prohibition on jury trials for right now, then that date is going to get pushed back too. So for us, it's just a waiting game.
Okay, well, hopefully we'll be able to cover it here on Law and Crime. Cathy, let's get to a viewer question.
Okay, Chris, this goes right to the clip that we just saw from the trial. Why would Sigfredo Garcia do anything for Charlie Adelson? He hated Charlie Adelson. I questioned this myself throughout the trial. Like, would he do it just for money? Would he do it for Katherine? Except Katherine, if she was involved, would have been doing it for Charlie, and he hated him. So why would he do this?
Cathy, that's a very important question that you've just asked. Why would Sigfredo Garcia do anything for Charles Adelson because of the hatred that the two of them had? The important thing to remember is that Charles Adelson had what Sigfredo Garcia wanted so much, and that was Catherine Magbanua. We said it during the trial, we will say it during the retrial. This is not a case that went through Catherine Magbanua. It was about Catherine Magbanua, a deal between Sigfredo Garcia and Charles Adelson, and part of that deal was Charles Adelson breaking up with Catherine Magbanua, or more specifically, ghosting her right after the murder happened, so that Sigfredo Garcia could have the opportunity to get back together with her.
Okay, so let's talk about that for a second. I want to go to what was played for this jury, a wiretap recording between Sigfredo Garcia and Katherine Magbanua. Let's play that right now.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something right now, and I'm going to make this very clear. I'm going to make something very clear because you're talking belligerent bullshit.
I'm belligerent what?
I'm going to make something very clear, okay?
Up the whole night drinking, and I'm drunk. You haven't spoken to me about anything, and now you're going to come at me?
Why? Because you don't know how to apologize because you were wrong, okay?
You last night.
This is the same thing that happened last time. Listen, I have a more pressing matter that I have to attend to.
Well,
okay?
You know what? I don't feel secure because you take care of everybody else. Where's my security, Tuto? When are you going to step up for me? When is that going to happen? Because I feel like everybody else gets the special attention, and then, Katie, you go figure it out. You go figure it out. You figure out the kids. You figure out life. You figure out your partner.
Katie, Katie, you're doing this again. This is the same shit. I've been here. I've never felt happier. We were so happy. We were so happy.
Pool. You have to play pool. You have to leave me.
Oh my God, Katie. All right, man. All right. Then fine. Then go. Whatever. Fine. Go. If that's what you need to do to make yourself happy, then I'm not going to hold you back.
Why do you have to go through back everything? After everything we went through, why does it have to go back to square one? Do you know how bad I feel? It's like, again, I feel like I'm getting kidnapped in the city.
Katie, listen.
It's always, no. God, I swear to God. It's just like, it's like I should just go somewhere because it's like you're basically
do that.
Over. You're screwing me over. You're gonna tell me I'm gonna make a phone call. Are you?
I'm not making that fucking phone call. Just.
But you don't talk.
Look, Katie, you're.
I'm on edge, and I'm gonna be on work on edge again today. You don't think that the mean
I'm pretty sure somebody will come by to soothe, make you feel better.
Are you
just, Katie, listen. Don't listen. I just want you to fucking have a pussy between your legs and act like you have one. If you want to fucking do what you want to do it. I'm going to take care of I'm going to take care of this fucking problem. I'm going to take care of this fucking problem. And then,
what are you going to take care of? You don't discuss anything with me. You're not even listening.
Because the less you know, the better off, man.
No, you're making moves.
Man, just stop talking on the phone, man. Bye.
That's why. You can't even do anything.
Okay, Tara, I want you to help me out here. My understanding is it's the defense's contention that Katherine Magbanua had nothing to do with Dan Markel. The question is, what was this conversation about then? What was this problem that Sigfredo Garcia is referencing? What's this issues about security and not discussing anything on the phone if she really had nothing to do with what happened to Mr. Markel?
Because you have to look at everything and the dates and the time in a totality. And what you will find is that she has already met with Charlie and had a conversation with him where he has told her that some strange man approached his mother on the street and threatened his mother, and then also mentioned her name. So she goes home and she tells Charlie, okay, I'm gonna make this phone call, but she's not gonna do it herself because she's scared. Who is this person that's on the street that is saying my name? So then she asks her boyfriend, the father of her children, you need to make this phone call for me because I'm scared. If you hear what he says very carefully, he says, the less you know, the better. Stop asking me questions. I am going to take care of my problem. That conversation would have been completely different if Katie was in on this. She would have said, oh my God, they're onto us. Oh
right.
My God, you need to go and take care of this. Out of the hours and hours and hours of recordings, they have not one statement that directly implicates her. Everything that the government asks jurors and viewers and everyone to do is to speculate. But if you look at these recordings, it doesn't go with someone who is in the know.
Okay, well, I do want to get more into this. We have to take a break. When we come back, we're going to focus on the Adelsons and what's in store for them potentially. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back here.